Alright, you guys, and welcome back to another video. Today is the first day of Invictus launch week, okay? One of the biggest events in Star Citizen for the community. In game, there is a convention where you have an opportunity to look at all of the combat ships in the game. There's also a free fly event, so if you do not own Star Citizen, don't worry. You have an opportunity to get in the game and rent any of the ships on the show floor and try them out for yourself. Of course, with the exception of the Polaris, because the Polaris is not yet flyable. But all of the ships on the show floor, you can rent them for free and try them out without spending a dime. If you're interested in making an account and checking out the game for yourself, I will leave my referral code linked in the description. It gives you an opportunity to get a little bit of extra money in game if you do decide to buy. Okay, so today what we're looking at is the Ursa Medevac. Okay, this is a new ground vehicle, medical ground vehicle. You know, I'm sure at this point you guys have had an opportunity to check it out for yourself in game, and I really do urge you to do that. This video, I just want to add a little bit of commentary to what's going on because there's a bit of drama surrounding the medical bed situation. Okay, so what are we really looking at here? So this is an Ursa on the Ursa Rover platform. I like this idea that CIG is doing more variants built on platforms of existing ships because it enables different functionality and it gives them the opportunity to roll more vehicles out of the door. Okay, but I definitely want CIG to add in functionality when they do release a vehicle. Now, you guys know how I feel about hovercrafts. You know, Star Citizen takes place 900 years in the future. I really do not understand why we still have so many ground vehicles that have wheels. And I'm sure if you've ever tried a ground vehicle in Star Citizen, you'd know that the experience is less than stellar. Okay, no pun intended. But it's definitely one of those things that I feel like the kind of janky physics that wheel vehicles deal with can really be alleviated by creating more hover vehicles. Okay, hover cars. This could have easily been a hover vehicle. You know, it's not something I'm gonna hop on, but if you agree with me that it should have hover cars, please let CIG know. Okay, to the rescue. Let's get into this now. You know, in the trailer there is some talks about, you know, respawning because CIG is changing things in 323.1 moving forward. This is not the finished functionality of Death of a Spaceman. Okay, I want to make that clear, and that's something that CIG has said themselves. But okay, the way that they see it, the way that I believe, again, this is just my opinion, that the system is supposed to work is that more than likely there will be some type of consumable, okay, that needs to be put in the machine that regenerates the player, and this consumable is something that the player has to find or buy, or it's not just a infinite respawn type situation. If you guys take a look at it in game, and again, I definitely urge you guys to go in game and take a look at it, there are 2 ports underneath the terminal, and more than likely this location is where you will put in this consumable to respawn your character. Now, if you only have 2 slots at a time, you're not infinitely respawning your character. Okay, and it's one of those things that CIG could easily balance, but it's just not in the game yet. Okay, and again, I don't want to hop on it too long because obviously You know, it's one of those things that this game is an alpha, and I don't want to use that as an excuse. It's not, because players have been playing this game for years and years and years at this point now. But uh, the way CAG's developing stuff is a little bit different than other games, and it just is a fact of life. When you're in this community, when you're playing this game, you have to understand that what we have now is not the finished product. Okay, no matter how polished they try to make it, no matter how many hours you spend playing the game, no matter how much money you spent on your account, you could spend $10,000. You are not playing a finished product. Okay, cool pictures. I do think it looks good. I do think that they did a good job kind of modifying it uh, from the original Ursa. The original Ursa's kind of getting outdated a little bit. They might need to get a gold standard pass on that, because again, all of these new ground vehicles, they have their components, they attach and detach and all this type of stuff, but the original Ursa still doesn't have that. So, you know, we have different paints here. Oasis, Adja, Respite. Okay, nothing, you know, too special to talk about. uh 3 seats here. Of course, you have the driver, the co-driver, and then there's another seat on the inside here. One tier 3 bed. Die to fight another day. Okay, that is kind of the whole marketing campaign with this ground vehicle. Is this is your mobile respawn base. And it looks like here you get a Invictus flight jacket with any war bond purchase. So how much is this? Okay, so for concierge, we're looking at $55. War bond, that is new money, not store credit. For non-concierge, we have same price, $55, but you do not get the black concierge skin. And then for store credit, we have $60. Do not get the concierge skin or lifetime insurance. Okay, which again is pretty standard across you know, many vehicles. Then we have you know, the ultimate pack. Of course, you know, that is the Medevac and the regular Ursa. $100, 105 for store credit. My opinion, that's a lot of money. Then you have the adventure pack, 340. That's probably gonna come with your Aquila. And then the paint prices here, I mean, they do this thing where they slash the price. You know, it is what it is. $3 for the concierge skin. The two skins, the two non-concierge skins, $5.10. $3 for just the Adja and $3 for the Oasis. Okay, not bad. The paints are okay. I like the red and the black more than this light blue and kind of turquoise color thing. Okay, so but $55. Okay, this is uh new money. So if you're comparing it to something like the C8R Pisces, okay, that ship is $65. Okay, so it is $10 more than this ground vehicle, but it, of course, it is a spaceship and it has a quantum drive. Okay, and it also has, I think, a little bit more firepower. But the biggest thing about the C8R Pisces is that it is purchasable in-game with in-game currency. And right now, it is very cheap. It's one of the cheapest ships in the game for 500,000 aUEC. Okay, you can make that amount of money in a single play session. Okay, play for 2-3 hours. You can make 1,000,000 UEC easily. So for a day's worth of gameplay, you could essentially have the ability to respawn in a ship with the C8R medical Pisces. So I think that for me personally, this is going to be a pass. I don't think it's a great value proposition. If you're looking at just an LTI token, you know, the Pulse is only $25. Okay, so you can buy two Pulse and have two LTI tokens for the price of this one. So if you're just looking for LTI token, always look for the cheapest one you can pick up. In my personal opinion, that's my advice. You might want to get a more expensive LTI token if you want to spend less money for the upgrade. It kind of depends. I don't think it's really necessary because, again, at the end of the day, you don't know what you're going to upgrade it to unless you have some type of CCU chain that you're interested in, taking advantage of. And I really don't know what chains are available if you want to use this as your starting point. So, strictly speaking, it is a cool ground vehicle, but I would wait until it comes out in game. Right now, I would buy the Medical Pisces in game if you absolutely want that respawn point, and if you absolutely want a LTI token, I would stick with the Pulse. It is still available. Okay, so now let's go over and take a look at the Argo ship. Alright, so Argo has a new ship as well, the MPUV Tractor. Okay, this is specifically designed for the cargo update that's coming after Invictus, and I agree it makes sense for CIG to wait for this cargo update until after Invictus, because Invictus usually has a free fly event that is going on right now, and more than likely CIG is going to want the game to be more stable than to, release a huge feature like that. So I do think it was the right decision to postpone the cargo update, but this ship is specifically designed for that. As you could see in the footage here, it has two tractor beams, and I believe it has 16 SCU. But let's actually go down and take a look at its specifications. You can see it here working with the Hull C, but I think also a lot of, private organizations are going to take advantage of a ship like this. Of course, a lot of logistics, salvaging, mining orgs are going to take advantage of this, because you want to think about when the Expanse comes into the game, you have the saddlebags that are removable, and even right now you could go to stores and you can buy the saddlebags. So you might use a ship like this to change out saddlebags. You might use a ship like this to move salvage. You might use a ship like this for piracy. There is a lot of use cases for a tractor beam and a small size ship like this in the verse. Now, with a ship like this, you will need a another vehicle that can carry it. In my personal opinion, I think that kind of makes it a perfect parasite ship for something like the Galaxy, or even the Polaris that's set to come out later this year, because you can put one or two of these things in the hangar of the Galaxy or the Polaris, and then because the Galaxy especially has a opening that goes straight to the cargo bay, you can tractor in boxes straight into the cargo bay of the Galaxy. With something like the Hull C, you might have to go along with a friend. The biggest issue is that this vehicle does not have a quantum drive, so another vehicle is going to have to carry it if you want to go, very far. So I don't think it's the perfect companion for the Hull C. I think it is a better companionship again for something like the Galaxy. Less so the Carrack, because the Carrack has those cargo pods, and that is unfortunate. Of course, maybe you might be able to use it with something like the Caterpillar. I don't know how easy it is to fit inside the Caterpillar, if that is even possible. I'm sure people will test that out. But let's get into it. Let's take a look at this this little guy right here. You can see the different variants here. You have the NPUV Cargo, you have the NPUV Personnel, and then you have the NPUV Tractor right here in the middle. Okay. You got here Explore, the Tractor, very nice looking ship. It has a fixed tractor beam on the front and a remote tractor beam on the back. So the tractor beam on the back, you can enter the remote to it and you can control it remotely to put the cargo boxes on the upside down cargo grid behind it. Yeah, nice looking ship. Uh, very cool. Then you have one size one remote rear tractor beam, and then it has one size two front tractor beam. So the front tractor beam is a size 2, the rear is a size 1. So uh, that tractor beam on the front would be great for working with logistics. You got the size there, 1 crew. Okay, paints, starlight, sunlight. Okay, that's a yellow. Storm gray. It's always good to have like these solid colors. And then you have firebrand. Okay, very cool. Red paint. And then it also comes with that Invictus flight jacket for Warbond. And the price, so it's coming in at $35. Concierge gets the red paint with it. Of course, that has lifetime insurance. The Invictus jacket. Then you have non-concierge. They get all the same perks except the red concierge skin. And then store credit is $40. Okay. I don't think that that's a bad price for what you're getting. Okay. I think currently this is the smallest ship with 2 tractor beams, smallest ship with a size 2 tractor beam on it, and I think the smallest ship with a tractor beam on it, period. So it does have utility in the game, in my personal opinion. It's just, I think the biggest issue is it not having quantum drive. You're really gonna have to take it with other things, and whatever ship that you go with, this thing's going to take up space. It can hold 16 SU of its own. I think this is a good parasite ship for, again, something like the C2, something like the Galaxy when that comes out, something even like the Polaris, a ship that really has kind of more dedicated space for it. And you have all 3 ships here for $100. Concierge, Warbond, then you have just regular Warbond, and 110 for store credit. And the paints are coming in at $5. So is this a ship that I think you should buy? Personally, I think that this is a good ship. It is a better proposition in my opinion than the Medical Ursa, simply because it has a lot less competition. There really isn't anything that checks all the boxes that this thing does for a player that does want to really dedicate their career with the cargo update that's coming out. And again, if you have a ship like the C2 when Galaxy comes out, a ship like that, I really do think that CAG should sell this with the C2. We have there, so they're selling it with the hull C, and that kind of makes sense again because its cargo is all on the outside. But the way the hull C works right now is that the cargo is kind of like just populated on it. I don't know if that's going to change in 3.23.2 or whatever comes after Invictus. So I personally would not get this, the 465, the hull C, and this, because again, the hull C cannot transport this, and this does not have a quantum drive, so it kind of doesn't make sense to get hull C in this. I would buy a C2, Hercules Starlifter, and this, I think that makes a lot more sense because the C2 has more than enough space to park this and all of the cargo that you're going to be moving. And in my opinion, the C2 is the best cargo running ship right now because you can do ground-based operations, cargo hauling, trading. It's going to be more versatile for you to use this ship and a C2. So that is the pairing that I would go with. But again, if you're not really interested in cargo, if you're a combat player, I would absolutely just pass on this. You're not going to be able to utilize it to its fullest potential. if you're looking at a LTI token, and maybe you want to do some CCU chain stuff, I'm not sure, but again, if you're just looking for a pure LTI token, I would still pick up the Pulse, pick up two if you want to. At that price, you really can't go wrong. But $35 is not bad. I don't know. I think that it's okay. I might actually pick this up because, again, you guys know I am pretty serious about cargo trading, that industrial stuff, and I am pretty excited about this little guy. I think it makes a lot of sense. So yeah, I personally might just pick up one of these to have, and again, you know, I might swap it out later in the future, but I think this is potentially useful. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you guys think of these ships? There's still a lot more to come. How are you enjoying the game? Have you been able to go and look at the show floor again? I wanted to do a whole video about day one, but I just decided, you know what, you guys should go in and look at the game for yourself. Honestly, even if you don't have the game, free fly event, check out my affiliate code below, hop in. You know, you can watch YouTube videos of other people, of course, but I really urge you to try Star Citizen out for yourself. There's a lot of updates with 323, quality of life stuff. It is worth playing. I've been having a lot of fun with it so far, so I urge you guys to do that. But that's gonna be it for me here in today's video, you guys. Like I always say at the end of these videos, like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Salut!